What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 32 of the Lipstick Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Powell, and joining me today, as always, the lovely Amanda Kane.
Hi, guys.
And we have another guy guest. Sean Allen is joining us today.
I don't know.
Sean.
I don't know how to smile. Is this how people usually smile?
It's missing a little something, a little definition.
Oh, you know what? I think it is. I was told there was a rule that you had to wear lipstick on. So I went today. I went neon red, and this is my first time putting on lipstick, since last weekend. Let's see what I can do
Sean's
here.
a pro at it. Okay. Let's watch him put on. If you're not watching on YouTube right now, this is fantastic.
Oh God.
Gorgeous. A little too rough. A little too rough, but you got enough.
Did I get it?
Yeah, that's pretty even.
One more pass, because I really like to have full lips,
Oh my God.
Just fill in wherever between your lips and the beard is.
I do it.
That's like a perfect lip liner. Then you don't have to buy lip liner. The beard, I like
Perfect.
it.
That's perfect.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me here. Mainly, it was just another excuse to put on lipstick. So.
That's fantastic. And now he's adding war paint. Speaking of
there
war
we go.
paint.
Oh,
Sean.
that was a good segue right there.
Segue, woo! Tell us where
War
you
paint.
work. What do you do with your life?
Well, currently I'm right here at the Wargaming offices in Embryville, California. We like to call it San Francisco because we're cool. And I got two lovely gentlemen over here. Say hi, Jordan. Come here.
Hello.
Come here. This is Jordan.
Wow.
One of our social
We let you
media
on the show
guys.
and you bring in more boys on the Lipstick Nerds. I
Yes.
don't know if this is okay.
And then we got Pizza Storm over here, but he's not going to get out of his chair. He's not going to get out of it. Well, see, I'm on a podcast right now. It's called Lipstick Nerds.
Sweet.
And so the caveat was that I wear lipstick. So, well, but they're so used to me wearing lipstick here anyway. So, but yeah, I'm in the Wargaming office. Just started about 2 weeks ago as the community manager for World of Warships, which we are beta testing right now, and we will be launching soon.
I like it. What kind of obviously it's a war game, but like, what platforms are you going for? What can we play it on? I'm not good at the questions, as you can see.
So, World of Warships is going to be PC only to start. I'm not sure if we have any plans for anything else in the future, but that's probably going to be the way down the road future. Wargaming also has World of Tanks, which is available now for Xbox One and Xbox 360. So that's our main console game. We've also got World of Tanks Blitz, which you can play on mobile devices. And then World of Warplanes, World of Tanks, and World of Warships are all games that you can play free to play on PC. All three are available now to download and start playing. And then we've got Masters of Orion coming out in the next little while here, and that is a space strategy game. People that have probably played the series in the past might be familiar with what we're going for there.
Nice. Awesome. So we know what you're doing with your life, but what are you doing with your life? Sean, what are you playing? What are you watching? What is your day-to-day life like?
Apparently, just putting on lipstick, most of the day. No, I just moved back up to San Francisco. I was living in LA for a while. Really, I loved LA, and LA is a lot of fun, but the Bay Area is my favorite place to be, and especially the video game community around here is really small and really tight-knit. The only thing with SF is finding a place that's larger than a broom closet to live in is usually a tough one. And I told you guys before we started, I'm staying with a friend right now, and someone from his place just texted me and said that there was a rat in my room. So yeah, so I got to take care of that. That's what's going on in my life right now. Other than that, I'm like hyping for PAX. Get to go to PAX in a couple of days, and then when I get back, it's just gonna be Metal Gear Solid 5. That's gonna be my whole life forever.
Awesome. I love it. Amanda, what are you playing? What are you doing with your life?
So I'm packing. I don't know if anyone can. Oh, wrong way. Moved the wrong way. Okay, let's try that again. So there's a lack of statues behind me because they're all packed up into boxes because they are being shipped out to San Francisco. So Amanda can move out there. because apparently I live in statues. That's build a house out of statues.
No, seriously, we went to move stuff the other day from our old house to our new house, and I'm like, my entire trunk is full of statues right now.
And then in terms of playing, I actually just got I got rid of about like 80 video games that I had chilling that I didn't play anymore. Yeah, my bad. So
Wait, did you
used.
throw them away
Oh,
or?
I mean, I took them to GameStop, and then when they told me that they wouldn't take some of them, I said, "That's cool. Just throw them in the garbage." And they both wanted to cry a little bit. Um, so yeah, sorry, I threw them in the garbage. Some of them were like had so much love to them that they wouldn't have been able to do anything other than be coasters because they were like, we can't resurface these. I'm like, okay, fine, throw them in the garbage. So, but I used the credit and I bought Until Dawn and I bought the new Gears of War. And I've just been playing Until Dawn. So if I like freak out or jump or something scares me, at any point during this podcast, I apologize, and I'll try not to knock anything over.
Now, how are you with horror games? Is that something that you get into a lot, or horror games not really your thing?
No, I'm not really my thing.
Just no.
I'm drinking.
No.
Just it makes it better.
Yeah, that's funny. I love it. I wanted to play Until Dawn. It looks fantastic. So you're gonna have to let me borrow that since we're gonna be like neighbors almost 2 hours away, but you know.
I was gonna say, don't you live in like Sacramento?
No, I live north of you guys.
That's like down the
2.5
street.
hours. I know,
That's
right?
pretty much
It's like,
down the street.
like super close. It's California. We're like all neighbors. Totally works. I just picked up Arkham Knight again today. I was playing for like an hour before, and I still hate the Batmobile, so that's my life.
I wow, I can't talk.
You
I just combined and saw and Shaw in the same. I saw your picture, your PS4 share.
I
of, like,
beat up all the
everybody
guys and was gonna tweet like I had Batman standing there with all these like knocked out guys. And I was gonna say, look at all these dead guys, and then G was like, that's not funny because they're not dead, they're all knocked out. And I'm like, well, look at all these chickens, because why not? And that's
So here's my thing with that. Like, why didn't the Arkham Knight just put like a dude in one tank and then it's like game over? Like if the dudes were in the tanks, Batman couldn't destroy the tanks. Therefore, like, isn't it just a moot point? Like, that seems like the weirdest plot point to me in that game.
I don't know. I think it's the weirdest thing that he doesn't just like try and kill him automatically, but we'll get there. I'm like super early in the game. I don't understand why people can't just like, I have to have this giant monologue and go on for 16 hours telling you my whole plan, and then you're gonna thwart me in the end. So.
Well, that was my number one gripe about the game experience, is that I feel like Rocksteady built this big, beautiful world to explore, and you can't really explore it when you're driving at like 200 miles an hour by everything.
My goal is to just crash into everything.
That's a meetable goal. Those are definitely goals that can be met in that game.
Because I'm not very good at it. And it makes me really angry that you can't run with R2, because I keep going to run and I want to press R2, and I crouch and start like sneaking around. God damn it. Like,
I don't know how everybody does this lipstick thing, because seriously, like,
you look like you smelled like tomato soup.
Yeah, well, I kept like looking at myself, and it's like, man, you got to be dead on with the lipstick, because if it like overlaps, then it's like clown makeup, and then like I try to get it off, and now my skin is like, oh.
Hey,
man,
I've done clown makeup
so
before, okay, and I have to say my lips were perfect when I did clown makeup. Thank you.
What did you do clown makeup for?
Clowning.
Clown school.
I literally,
Okay,
I took a class that was clowning, but it wasn't like da 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 da. It was like mime clowning. It was like really emotions and
You're like,
whatever.
we don't play that song here.
Yeah. No, it was.
Song is
I did clowning.
borderline
There's tons of
racist.
pictures on my Instagram. You can go check that out. Harley Quinn 103. You know.
Wait, so wow. So there's some self-promotion right there.
Oh, yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at also_robots, on Reddit at also_robots.
Just couldn't get that same name, huh?
Wait, so you took a clown class?
So my friend went to theater school and he majored in like theater production and then minored in clowning. I don't know why, but that's what he did. So he came to our local college, and they hired him as like part-time faculty or whatever. And they were like, you can teach a beginning acting class, but you also have to have something else. Like we can't just give you one acting class. And he's like, well, I could teach clowning, and he desperately obviously needed people to fill the spots to keep his class going. So since I'm such a good friend, I decided to take the clowning class, and I was actually pretty decent at it. So.
Wait, so like it was like an actual minor
Yeah.
at this school?
At the school. It was like part of his minor or something like that. I don't know. Like he's
like Ronald McDonald
licensed.
State?
No. They're whatever. I was a clown. Story over.
And that caps that story.
I'm an adorable clown though. All right. So we have some listener questions, and we're gonna start with the first one because it has to do with what we've already been talking about. Sean, what you're doing with your life. At Able_88, really good friend of the show, Nidu, he wants to know, what's the weirdest situation that you've had to deal with as a community manager?
Ooh, that's a good question. Think the weirdest ones are ones that I can't talk about. I've definitely had a lot of, I think, part of what's really fun and exciting about the games industry as a whole is that you do get so many unique personalities in there. And, at a place like IGN or even a place like here, you've got so many different personalities coming in and meshing, or at least trying to mesh, that sometimes you just get these weird overlaps where, social nuance doesn't necessarily extend to everyone in the way that it would be, equal. That's a very political way of saying there are definitely some interesting issues that I've had to deal with. I'm trying to think of one in particular that would be a really good. Yeah, I honestly, everybody that I've met in the community that's always been like an interesting or like a weird situation upon meeting them, I've always ended up becoming really close friends with those people. Jason Bassett and I went to dinner when he was out for GDC, and I remember taking him on tours and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess there's nothing really so weird that I can talk about. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a daily occurrence. I think every single day there's going to be something new. There's stuff that I have to deal with here. This is good. One of the things that I've done both at IGN and Wargaming is given my phone number out to the forums, which always makes for some really interesting stuff. I feel like with community management, it's so new, and it's really a frontier in a lot of ways of what you can do, and it's only limited by what your creativity or how far you want to go with stuff is. And for me, I feel like any chance that I can have a really cool one-to-one connection with the community, the better. So I've set a rule here at Wargaming and on the forums. I've given the forums my number so they can text me at any time about anything, but if they text me after 10 o'clock, they have to text me a picture of a Pokemon first, or I will not respond to them. So I get life advice questions at 3 in the morning, and sometimes I get Pokemon picture at 3 in the morning. Let me see if I can.
I like it.
I can pull up one of those. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. You get a new challenge every single day, and it's great to kind of roll with the punches and deal with all that stuff.
So I don't know if you remember, but you were the one that showed me around the IGN offices.
I do remember. This was before Beyond 300, though.
This was before. Michael, the dude that does all the voices with his mouth, whatever. He was from Police Academy.
Police Academy, yeah, the one from Police Academy. Yeah.
So he was there, and you took us on a walk, and you were showing us stuff, and we walked from an upstairs place to a downstairs place. And I remember the most embarrassing thing ever happened to me. I'm all in front of all these people, and everyone's going on this tour, and I was wearing some necklace with beads on it or whatever, and it broke, and all these beads just went all down the steps, and I was just like, what?
Yeah, behind closed doors, we made fun of you for that.
Yeah, I figured. I'm always gonna be known as that girl that spilled her necklace everywhere.
Every morning meeting we would call. We would have a meeting, and we would be like, "Hey, is it time to talk about the necklace thing again?"
Great, thanks.
So here's a good one. You probably let's see if it'll focus in there. No, it's not gonna focus in there. It's
No.
just you're just seeing a white screen.
Yeah,
right now.
that's a good Pokemon. That's an invisible Pokemon, right?
No, it's just showing a white screen the whole time. Anyway, somebody texted me and tried to pull the cat facts thing on me, and I was like, this dude thinks that I'm gonna like fall for the cat facts thing, even though I have fallen for some really stupid stuff here. And B, like, thinks that I'm not like, yeah, subscribe me to cat facts, because like I do. I want to know more.
Did you tell him that, like, subscribe me to Cat Facts?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was like, you probably should have, and see how many he actually sends you. And, like, one day when he misses, you should be like, hey, asshole, where's my cat facts for today?
Well, no, he stopped texting me. He stopped texting me cat facts, so I would text him, and I would wait till, like, the middle of the night. And be like, let's see if I can pull it up. And, like, there was one time, oh, yeah, I sang Since You've Been Gone in all caps to him in the middle of the night. And then he texted me back. And then he said something like, oh, cats allegedly do this. And I'm like, allegedly cat facts? Like, I want concrete evidence.
It's like a cat possibility. That's not a cat fact.
Yes, that's BS. Yeah, it's false advertising.
Yeah.
The one thing I just thought of from here was, so my first week was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still learning the game, right? I've only played the game for about a month now, and in the game, if you like are a battleship, you can like zoom in and stuff. So my boss was standing behind me, and he was telling me about the zoom function, and he was like, "Oh, you don't know about extra zoom?" And I was like, "What's extra zoom?" And he's like, "Hit Alt F4 and you'll get extra zoom." And Alt F4, for people who don't know, closes you out of the application that you're in. So in front of everybody, I'd Alt F4'd and closed this game, and you would have thought someone dropped like a hot line in a rap battle, because these dudes took off across the building laughing. It was the funniest thing in the world. So apparently my nickname here now is Alt F4.
Oh. I like it. That's fantastic. So we have another question at Snarky Starkey on Twitter. Trevor Starkey, another good friend of the show. He says,
Trevor?
"What's your Trevor? I know you know Trevor, right?
I do.
You do. We all know Trevor.
I watch him sleep at night.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's fun. He doesn't know. I guess he knows now.
He knows now. He's watching the show. He says, "What's your
Nope, that's
favorite
the question.
beta or demo?"
What's my favorite demo?
Beta or demo, like, I mean, obviously we play games and now betas are so prevalent. Like, do you get in on betas or from like way in the back in the day? Like, I remember back when I had a PS2, there was a demo disc that came with it, and Tomba was like my favorite demo of all times. And I was unaware that the demos lasted 20 minutes when I was a kid. I thought it was like a disc full of games, and so every time I would get to like the end where you couldn't go any further because that's where the demo stopped, and I'd do it in like 5 minutes because I knew the demo like the back of my hand, I'd get super pissed off because I couldn't figure out how to continue.
Like, what a shit game this is.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it would shut off on me. I'm like, well, this is bullshit. I'm like, what is this game? I was like 8, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, I could say, would say, might say, the World of Warships beta. As from a PR standpoint, the World of Warships beta is my favorite beta of all time. The reasoning behind that, though, I do really appreciate our beta, because it is something that, even though you know, there's a lot of premium options in the game, it is free to play. It is something that you can go and download right now and have an incredibly fun experience with from the start. You know, for the most part, a lot of the stuff that we have within the game you unlock through playing. It is as close as you're going to get to a full release of a game that is still in a beta testing state. And that's something that's really exciting. Outside of that, PT is the only answer to that question ever, period, done.
I don't even think
on,
that I realize that's like a demo. I mean, that's like just a game. Like, it just is.
Exactly.
I mean,
Well,
I know it's a demo, but that's why I didn't
yeah.
think of it. Yeah. That's just too fantastic.
I know Amanda is a huge fan of PT. I know she's
Nope.
a
We've heard those stories.
major
Nope.
fan
PT
of that.
is Amanda's favorite thing. If you send her screenshots of PT, she'll send you heart
Yes.
emojis.
Send her PT shirts.
If
Oh,
someone
PT
sent me
shirts, that would be
screenshots of PT,
We're all
I
about
probably
the
will send in heart
comments
emojis.
here at Wargaming. All of our shirts have like ship happens on there. And there's
Nice.
a tank top. It says tank top.
In case people didn't see, I'm wearing a legit Lipstick Nerd shirt today. Yay! What up? I don't know if I've ever actually worn one on the show. They're not available for wholesale yet, but hopefully by Christmas time.
What about half sale? Can I pay for half of it? And then you just
You
cut that one in
can.
half and ship it to me?
See, what I would rather do is I would rather people like pay me for it and then I'll pay to get it made because you have to have money to like buy stuff in a store. They're like, oh, you have to pre-buy this many.
You have to have money to buy things in a store.
Well, you know what I mean. Oh my
Wait,
God.
I don't think that should be. Is that a thing? Look, okay. At the bottom of the screen, we'll edit it in post. You'll see my PayPal address right over in this
Yours,
area.
okay.
You know, you just send me money for the Lipstick Nerds t-shirts, and I will send you nothing. So, you know,
Heart
start
emojis.
rolling, and let's make that. Yeah, heart emojis. You'll get a PT shirt.
I love it. So we tried to get these started a while ago, and I wanted to like beta test our shirts, right? So I just ordered a few for us, the girls, me and Miranda. We should have one for Amanda, I think. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Amanda, you
Our
don't get a
t-shirts.
shirt.
Yeah, I have one. You gave it
Yeah.
to me in person. Remember?
Samantha.
Yeah,
oh my
I
God,
was
Samantha.
like,
They're not even on the show. Okay, it's every episode that I do this.
I'm just
I
gonna
cannot
change
get
my
new
name.
shirts. Please.
all right.
Oh God. And we actually have one extra men's left over, so hopefully at PlayStation Experience this year, somebody will recognize us.
Better hook me up and give me that t-shirt.
Yeah. So if someone else doesn't come to me, it belongs to Sean Allen. So you guys
Yeah.
better race Sean for the shirt if you want.
Alex
the shirt.
O'Neill, if you're listening, that is my shirt.
Who knows? I might have more by then.
Actually, I think
for
it
that
belongs
shirt.
to the other Sean.
What? Sean
I think-
Pitts?
Yeah.
No.
No, we gave Sean one.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
Yeah, I gave him one because he was like he wanted one so bad.
Him down.
He
My shirt.
was so
He
excited.
asked for one. It was nice.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh,
These
that's nice. I want a
Sean
shirt."
Pittses, the Alex O'Neills of the world. You can go
I'll give
buy their
Alex
own
one.
shirts.
I'll give Alex a shirt and I'll give him a heart emoji. Because Alex is amazing.
Nothing.
You'll get a shirt. People will get shirt. You get a shirt and you get a shirt and everybody
Okay,
gets
Oprah,
a
calm
shirt.
down.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could just make shirts and just give them to all of our friends, but that would be really expensive, so I can't do that.
I wish I could just clothe the world, you know?
Right?
The whole world has
I
clothing.
could buy the world a lipstick nerd shirt. That would be fantastic. All right, Danny Sabatino, another Twitter question. from
I don't know
Danny.
who that is.
Danny tweeted us last week. He's a fantastic friend of the show, and I feel bad because I was
In
mean to
preparation
him.
for this?
No, he tweeted us last week during the show and then one this week.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's a repeat tweeter, like the rest of them are. Everybody repeat tweets us. Because not very many people tweet us, a.k.a. Send us tweets, because we like them. And I apologize for being mean to Danny on the last episode. It was all in good heart. He says,
It's alright. It's alright. Wait a second. Last episode ended with me making the worst facial expression, and that's on YouTube. So he had his laugh when I came downstairs and was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Wait, so it freezes at the end?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man,
yeah,
so
when
can I,
it
like,
stops.
jump in the air?
You could. I don't know what good it would do.
I'm going to hold that pose, and hopefully we'll do, like, a freeze frame, like an 80s outro.
So you can be mean to him all you want.
Oh, okay. Ew, Danny.
just got, like,
He tweeted
processed.
us. Yeah, that was really feisty. I liked it, Amanda. It was great. You just got some attitude in that. He says, lately, I've been going through my stuff to downsize and do some general cleaning. Going through these old boxes, I found some old treasures that I've forgotten about, and some stuff that makes me look at it and ask myself, what was I thinking, or just why? So were there some hidden treasures and why moments that you've come across in your cleaning, downsizing, and moving over the years? So, Sean, you've moved a lot in the last few years. I'm assuming you have some of these, why do I have this moments, right?
Yeah, and I'm a sentimentalist too. Like, so I keep stuff that like I probably like should not have.
Oh God, so do I.
Keep. So yeah, I mean every time I clean and move, like I've been San Francisco or San Diego to San Francisco to Colorado, Colorado to LA, LA to San Francisco, all in the last like 3.5 years. So every time I move, it gets shrunk and gets shrunk and gets shrunk. I actually have a couple cool things that I've kept over the years. I've got these two I got my Batman and Superman from when I was like
Oh, how
super
cool.
young. So these are, yeah, I mean, these are from when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10 or something like that, and I still play with them.
And they're making out now.
Oh no, that's Superman. Batman won that. So, yeah. Well, and then okay, so like, I had an art book like from elementary school that I pulled out a couple of years ago, and I was a dirty kid in elementary school. I was a really dirty kid. What can I say on here? Am I allowed to say curse words on here?
We curse a lot on here.
Are there children watching?
We just do whatever.
I don't know.
So I had a friend this is elementary school. I mean, we're talking like 5th grade maybe. I had a friend in elementary school whose last name was Wilcoxon. And on one of my art books, it took Will in really small letters, and then Son in really small letters, and then just Cox in huge letters. And I looked at it, and I was like, I remember in 5th grade holding this up for the entire class to see, and the entire class laughing at it. And I'm like, what were we laughing at? Because I don't remember knowing about anything sexually. So that, I guess I thought that there was a funny word or thought it was a dirty word, and put that in there. And then, yeah, just horrible drawings. Coincidentally, I did like drawing ships. So
I thought you were going to say shits, and I'm like,
like
what?
drawing shit.
Poop all over my binder.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've really pushed for here is more ship innuendos. Not innuendos, ship puns. Like holy ship your pants, all that kind of stuff. So
I like
you can
that.
see I'm really working hard
I
to
like
break
puns.
new ground here. Other than that, I've got so much stuff at my dad's place that's still in storage. I've got like all of my Star Wars action figures from when I was a kid. Trying to think of what would be embarrassing that I have. That's a good question. Usually that stuff I burn and don't tell anyone about. Ooh, I have a lot of 8th place ribbons from swim team. Because I was on the swim team and I was like really into it. But when I was a kid, like I'm 5'6". I don't know, you get like a good profile here, but like I'm like a hobbit. It's bad. It is really bad. And my feet are hairy too, so it does not help at all. I once interviewed Dominic Moynihan. It was Pippin or Mary? It was Mary, I think, in Lord of the Rings. And he's an actual hobbit and was taller than me in real life. So that kind of really hurt me and broke me down as a person. But where was I going? Oh, yeah. So when I was in high school, I was like 220 pounds. I was a big kid. And I was on like our neighborhood swim team, and it meant so much to me to be on the swim team. So like no first place awards or trophies, no second place awards, but I got
like best effort award.
8th place. Yeah, you got in the water. And
Yeah.
you did not sink. Those are the awards that I kept.
Congratulations, you finished. It may have taken 20 minutes, but you finished.
Yep. Actually, this is a really funny story about Jim growing up. When I chew on so much stuff. Like I don't know. It's a nerves thing or it's like a anxiety thing. Like I don't feel like I'm that anxious of a person anymore. But I chew on a lot of stuff. You can kind of see here. There's chewing on this marker. It's actually funny. Like I really hope that none of the community team is watching me as I'm like all day because that's got to be weird. But so when I was a kid, I used to chew on my sleeves a lot, and I graduated from chewing on my sleeves. And in elementary school, the teacher, our gym teacher, in front of everybody in like 3rd grade, was like, Sean, if you don't stop chewing on that sleeve, I'm gonna strip you down naked and put you in the corner. And like yelled it at me in front of
That's
everybody.
wildly inappropriate.
It was very inappropriate. So my mom, God bless her soul,
She's like serving like 10 to 15 right now.
My mom went fucking ham. Sorry, Miss Mastro. Can't.
Put her on blast on Lipstick Nerds. Everyone's gonna hear about it
Miss Mastro on Blastro. Has she got a Twitter? I don't know. I don't think she does because she's probably really old now. But yeah, so all I remember was an apology message on my message machine. my mom like came to me and played the apology message and just stood there like, yeah, I did it. So yeah, that's hope that answers your question, Daniel Sabatino of Syracuse, New York.
So I don't have any like embarrassing things, but I'll keep like ooh, I just threw something. You get like free lipstick when you to bring in 6 empty containers at Mac, and I keep all my empty Mac things. Like I've got this foundation that I've had probably for like 2 years, and it's a little bit like caked on the bottom. It doesn't even like go anymore. So I've got a bunch of these. Like, why the fuck do I have? Oh, I get lipstick. That's why I have it. So I know why I have this stuff, but I hoard everything. Any invitations, any cards. I feel like I need to keep a card. I hate cards, FYI. If you give me a card, unless it's like hand drawn or something, and I can like keep it as art, I don't like cards because then you gotta keep them because you feel like there's some sort of value to them, and you didn't just take the card for the money in it or whatever. You know, like grandparents are like, we want to give you money, but we have to give you a card, so we're gonna sign this card with a really nice note. It's gonna say something really nice in it, and then they give you that really nice card, and then you have the money, and you're like, I don't really need the card.
And it's always a super sappy card, so you have to sit there and like pretend that you're reading it, and you're just really like, oh my god,
And
I
you're
want to
like,
put that money in my pocket.
I made me so happy. Not the $200 I found in it. Yeah, so I feel like I have to keep all of that stuff, and like, oh, I find something that's dumb and cute. I keep like whenever I buy from Black Milk, you get a cute little card. And of course, I keep all of them. Every last one. I keep all my tags from Black Milk too, because I'm like, I'm gonna do something interesting with this one day, and I'm not. I still have like scrubs from nursing school and like pins from nursing school that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make one of those box like picture frame things and put all my nursing stuff in it as like a sentimental thing, and I keep it because I'm like, one day I'm gonna do something with it. Like I just started keeping wine corks and champagne corks, because Pinterest is a thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna do something with all of these. Like I'm never gonna do anything with them. They're just gonna sit in my house.
I just started collecting cats. That's my thing.
I would love to collect cats, but
11 cats.
11.
So yeah,
11 cats.
It's gonna be amazing. Apparently, I need them to hunt the fucking rats in this house.
This is horrible. Amanda, you're moving, and just like I am, you probably found something. You're like, ew, why do I have this? Why did I keep all this?
So, I guess
I know that's what he's searching for. He's searching for your answer. I know it.
For my answer?
Yeah, that's why Danny asked this question. He wants to know what the hell, like...
Danny? I thought this question was for me.
Probably not.
It's for all of us.
Okay, so...
You're the only star in this show, Sean.
I mean, I guess I have 2 embarrassing things. So I was going through photos last night and putting everything in like a photo album because I just have a bunch of photos laying around. And there is a photo of me folding my dad's underwear. But I decided that halfway through I was going to wear it instead. So I over my head. Yeah, just pulled it over my head. So there's like a bunch of photos of me of like my dad's whitey tighties.
Were you?
I was like little. I probably have the photo somewhere. I was really little. Not recently.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
This is my throwback Thursday from like 2 weeks ago. And the other thing is actually somewhere on the internet, so I don't really want to talk about it, but I used to write a lot of like really depressing fan fiction, so that's out there floating around.
Like what? Well, for what? For like Lord of the Rings or?
Like there was some Harry Potter fan fiction, and there was some like really depressing, I guess, original stories about like vampires and.
Because you love Twilight?
Just weird stuff. So, but no one's ever going to find that because I'm not going to tell anyone.
It's not the internet or anything.
I mean, my high school friends who helped me write it know what it is. So, aside from them, no one knows. That's a sad fact.
But, like, give us some of the setup for this Harry Potter fan fiction. Like, at least set the stage.
I mean,
for
I
this.
could probably. Let me see. Okay, we'll keep talking about stuff, and let me see if I can find some of it. I'm sure I can. I'm sure it'll take me like 2 seconds.
That would be.
And I'm looking for this underwear picture too.
I love
Yeah,
it. That's so fantastic.
I'm glad I abandoned and burned anything embarrassing that I had. Oh, you know what? I have. Well, so I have a picture of me when I was a kid when my parents were having a garage sale, and Krispy Kreme was just coming out. I had like this really smart idea of like, oh, I'm gonna go buy from Krispy Kreme like 10 miles down the road where like it's inaccessible, and then I'll charge like 3 times the cost for Krispy Kremes. So there is this semi-embarrassing photo of me in a Krispy Kreme's hat, but the hilarious thing is that it like looks exactly like this hat, and I'm a 25-year-old man that will just like no shame put this hat on his head. So it's not even a matter
You're
of
like the one person in the world that I would say would have like no shame. You just do whatever you want, and you're like, fuck it.
That's the thing. It's like, do I find it embarrassing, or would it generally be embarrassing for everyone else? Because, yeah, most of my life is generally embarrassing for
So
everyone else.
as long as you don't mind being embarrassed, like if you put that on and go out, because when you guys were doing the Beyond 300 line, I remember you guys were you and Eric were walking around with like Mario and Luigi hats, and you were just like, fuck it. Like, we're having a good old time, and you're not.
We decided to sing everyone's names on the checklist. Actually, you know what's crazy? So yeah, we decided to.
You hoarder.
I have that checklist. I told you I'm a sentimentalist. Tuesdays at 7 on ABC. We decided that we were gonna sing everyone's names. And Amanda was there. But Amanda
didn't
doesn't
sing my name.
Amanda
didn't sing my
doesn't
name
remember. No, I did. I
You
sang
asked
everyone's
me.
name.
I
was
asked
like
me
the
if I was
third person.
21, and I said yeah, and you were like cool, and stuck a bracelet on me and kept going, and I was like, all right.
Because I already knew you. I was like, I don't want to talk to this person anymore.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
talking to Nikki. Yeah, and then I met Edwin Garcia and Samantha Saka there.
We all met
formerly
each other there.
of this show, and now
She
of
is
the
semi
Nerdist.
of this show when she decides to grace us with her beautiful presence.
So exciting! Her and Edwin writing for the Nerdist. So
Right?
exciting.
Jealous.
Okay, so here you go. So I have the check-in list right here.
Holy shit! You just carry that around
I
with
think
you?
you should sing my name and Nikki's name because you didn't sing our names so much.
All right.
True. I think
All right, here we
that's a good
go.
idea.
It's gonna be lovely.
Here we go.
I wish I had one of those little like tick 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 things maestros have.
Here we go. Ready? Nicole Powell, HarleyQuinn103 at gmail.com. And your
wow.
phone number.
Well,
I
the
will
whole world
not
has
give
mine.
out. I should probably have not given out your email, but you were 23 years old according to this.
I was.
I wonder if Troy Baker's number's on here. Oh no, his number's not on here. Crap. But Troy Baker's name is on this list. I'd never even looked at it.
If people by now haven't figured out what my email address is, you haven't watched this show long enough, because I legitimately have HarleyQuinn103 on everything you can have it, and I swear to God, if somebody takes it and I find out who you are and I want it on that website, I will hunt you down.
Amy Henning is on this list. Okay, here we go. Amanda Kane, Camille at lemoyne.edu. There you go.
That was beautiful.
You didn't say how old she was.
You were 23 at the time,
Thank you.
according to this, unless you lied about your age.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, why are you lying?
No.
Can your parents
Wait.
tell you that's not cool?
Tell me you found your fan fiction.
I did, and I also found the picture of me folding underwear. Ooh, let's try this
Yes.
again. Oh, that's so blurred.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh, look at you!
and oh, that's the same hand. And there's that one. So yeah, being super helpful as a small child.
With underwear on
Small
your face.
Yep. Yes, I found this fan fiction, and I decided I'm not gonna read any of it to you because it was too easy to find, and it terrifies me.
Oh, please.
No.
So at least give me an overview of like
Just give
what
us a
it's about.
taste.
I'm not going to tell you what any of the titles are because I'm pretty sure you could look them up. I have one song that is based upon a Nickelback song, so
Oh,
that's
God.
a thing. Let's see. There's some vampire stuff. I was a really unhappy child. There's a lot of like depressing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got something here, and if I read from it, you have to give us at least 3 sentences of yours, because So I told you I'm a sentimentalist. I just pulled out my book of poems from.
Oh, yes.
I think this is pre-elementary school, so
Yes.
this is kindergarten. My handwriting has gotten worse since
That was
like
really
age
nice handwriting.
5. That's the best handwriting I've ever done. Where's this Sean? He's got a lot of spreadsheets he needs to fucking do today. Okay, so here we go. Let me see. Oh, that's someone else's poem. Those are dumb. I don't want that poem.
Plagiarist.
Oh, so I guess I had to do a poem on Maniac McGee. Did you ever read Maniac McGee?
No.
What? Maniac, Maniac. He's so cool. Maniac, Maniac. Don't go to school. Runs all night. Runs all right. Maniac, Maniac. Kissed a bull. I don't know in the context of the story where that last part came from. Maniac is kissing bulls. It looks like I just had to write other people's poems in here, which is that's lame. I don't
We
wanna...
used to make books. Everyone, like every other week or something, our teacher would pick one of the kids. We would rotate every week. If someone would be like the person of the week or whatever, and everyone had to make a page of like something nice for the person, like something nice that they thought about them, or like I like your hair, I like your red bouncy ball you bring to class, or whatever. So we each had these own like self-absorbed books that we could all go through and read things that people liked about us.
Ooh, I have
That's
one more.
in, like, first grade.
Let me see if I can find it here.
He's disappeared under the desk, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I'm back.
Bam.
See, I have this big purple folder here that has all of my like cool goodies. I actually have another really funny thing. When I applied for IGN, during the interview process, I was in San Diego, so they interviewed me over Xbox, over Xbox Live. And so I thought it would be a really cool idea, since I was doing social media stuff too, to do like a Facebook timeline of my career in video games. So I did it, and then I went to Kinko's, FedEx office, whatever, which one? What's your sponsor? FedEx office? And so I had this done, and I put it behind me during the interview. So essentially created a website that was like a living portfolio. So
Nice.
this is definitely one of my favorite things. Because yeah, I don't even think had I not done this, I don't even think that IGN would have let me in the building. I don't think they'll let me in the building now. So, what is there other questions while I'm looking for this?
No, that's all the questions we
Wait.
have, unless. Oh wait,
We got
we have.
a tweet. Hang on. Well, something came to Twitter. I don't know if it was to us or if it was to me. So hang on, let me look.
Do, 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 do.
Something happened, I swear.
I'll just cut this all out and post. It's
Maybe I'm
cool.
just
I'm
crazy.
good at
Oh
editing.
no,
Oh,
this is all interesting stuff. Oh, here we go. All right, I got two things.
No,
Alright.
it was someone retweeting us.
Oh, no more questions. Okay, so this is Sean, old school Sean. I think I was like 7 or 8 here. And,
Oh my
it's
God,
a-
pimping with all the Disney princesses. Tim
Pimping
gets
with
to be
all
jealous.
the Disney princesses. Yeah, so that's you know, the highlight of my life. I don't know if this counts as embarrassing. I think it's really cool.
Oh God. So Disneyland
I don't think it's
pictures.
embarrassing.
I have one from when I was like, oh God, like 8 or something like that. We went to Disneyland, and it was the first time my mom ever let me go on Splash Mountain. And I'm sitting in the very front, and my dad and my cousin are in the very back, and my mom's sitting right behind me. And I have a picture of us going down the hill at Splash Mountain, and I'm like screaming because I'm having such a good time, and my mom is screaming bloody murder because she's so scared, and she's got both of her arms in like this bear hug around me, and I'm like trying to get my arms up. I'm like, ah! And she's like, ah! And it's really embarrassing because my mom's like,
Can you reenact your reactions
no.
one more time?
Rewatch.
I'll play your.
Ah!
You play you. I'll play your mom.
That's a really good impression of my
So
mom.
much distress because of this ride.
She thought I was gonna like fly out or something, so she's like trying to hold me in the seat, and I'm trying to have a good time, and she's just totally ruining it. And you can tell.
I guess
from
it's
the
good
picture.
because my parents still don't let me ride Splash Mountain. So I have to call my dad for permission to go on the internet. It fucking sucks.
You're like at home.
Sometimes,
Dad, I want to Google something. And he's like,
yeah.
no.
Dad, what are birds and bees together?
Oh, Lord.
So here's one last thing from stuff that I've kept. This is a postcard that my brother wrote me when he was in college, and I love it so much. It's from a brewery. He said, "I rock, Dan," and then actually starts what he's trying to say to me. Sean, look at me. It's Friday, November 3, and I drinking beer at 4:35. Smiley face. Hope all us well. So that's when I think about my brother. This is the postcard that I always harken back to and think of. But yeah, I like I said, I love to keep objects and stuff, and I feel like the older I get, the less that stuff means to me, and the more important, just like memories, man, and like good times with friends. But like, yeah, I mean, there are a handful of things. My mom passed away like 3 years ago, so I rock her necklace around my neck. So there are a few things that are really important to me, and then everything else is just,
I've kept my grandma's, what is it, her electric Christmas tree, the plug-in one with all the lights on it and everything, and it's hella old, and there's a few lights broken, but she passed away at like 10 years ago, and it came from her, and it reminds me of her, so I keep it, because I love it.
Yeah, and I mean that's it sounds so cliche and silly, but that truly is how you keep them around and
Yeah.
keep them in your life is by honoring those things.
So my parents let me, when I was like 11 or something like that, record the voicemail at home. So if you call my dad's house, you can hear my 11-year-old self, and it's a really weird and creepy. Having heard myself on podcasts and I know what my voice sounds like, I listen to that and it's like, "Thank you for calling the Powells. If you could leave a message." And I'm like, oh, can we not? Can we just get rid of that? Because that's like really old. Like 15 years
So,
old.
I mean, I feel like as the years go by, though, it's like more and more important to keep it that way.
Right?
So yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to like wait until your kid has to record it,
Right?
and then you'll be good. My David Hayter came in to IGN once, and there's my two fondest memories of that were me using the line "Hater's gonna hate," and him specifically being like, "Hey, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't like when people say that." And so I was like, "All right, never again, never again," because I'm sure he gets that every 5 minutes. Is "Hater's gonna hate."
But it's hysterical.
And then I had him record my voicemail, which as Solid Snake. So it was like Sean's out helping me on a mission right now.
Nice.
And like everybody that was in games knew it, but I would have like family members, like aunts, call me and be like, "Sean, were you deployed to Iraq?" Like, so yeah, I had to change that one up. But yeah.
Yeah. My ringtone's Persona, and every time it goes off, all my nerd friends are like, "Woo!" And all my family's like, "What is that song you're listening to? It's weird."
Yay!
Yeah.
I approve.
And I'm like, Persona.
We were at E3 and we were doing the Persona, like they had a Persona booth there. Yeah. So they had a Persona booth there.
Oh yeah, Amanda dancing.
And Amanda dancing.
I heard about this. Do you have video? Because I'd like to see it.
I do. I will be sharing a Bitly link.
No,
after this.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, but Amanda, did you make their video? Their like sizzle reel video?
No, thank God. At least
What?
I didn't watch long enough to see if I made it.
So where can we find this video of you and Samantha dancing?
We can't. It's gone.
I mean, I feel like the people want to know.
No, I don't think the people want to know at all.
Oh, the people want to know.
No, nobody wants to know except the people.
If you want to see Amanda doing the dance all night from Persona.
You don't really
Just
have
tweet,
to, do you?
tweet at also robots, and I will directly send you the link. I will directly send you the link. It might take some tracking down, but I will directly do that.
So I think
I'm actually calling Twitter. They're gonna be paying for some ads specifically for that.
So I think my favorite thing that I've ever saved on like YouTube or whatever has to be like one of those it's gonna be super awesome, like in the late years to come. Christian, who listens to the show, he did a super group video of us at the IGN house party. Oh my god, it was fantastic. He recorded us the entire time we were there, and then he made this cool video with some good music and like uploaded it, and you can see all of us and people like meeting each other for the first time, and it's in like 10 years that's going to be the most sentimental thing that I've kept.
I do have to ask about the IGN house party. We've got people walking by here that are wondering why I'm putting lipstick on my face. So as a quick
Or your
explainer,
paint.
I'm on a show right now called Lipstick Nerds. And, yeah, you know, I figured this would be the best way to really get into the spirit. I don't know how to put on lipstick. Actually, I feel it more comfortable putting it on other parts.
On your forehead, that's exactly where it needs to go.
I've seen some shit. I've seen some shit.
Cover blemishes like
How
that.
how was IGN's house party?
It was fantastic.
It seems like that would have been a really fun thing to go to.
It was super, super fun. We had an amazing time.
Did they do
great people?
Now they did Podcast Unlocked, and what was the other one?
Beyond 400. Podcast Unlocked 200 and Beyond 400.
It's already been 100 episodes past Beyond 300?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they do like any interlude stuff?
I can't remember.
Or is this a little bit too much booze?
No, not too much booze. I paced myself. I did really well that night. There were a lot of other people that didn't pace themselves. We're gonna leave that for their own stories. No, but it was really. I can't concentrate when this giant like tomato is on my screen right now.
What I don't know what you're talking about. Where's there a giant tomato? Anywhere.
It's a bright red.
You know, that's part of the thing for me with Warships is, you know, we've got a ton of really fun events coming up. You know, we've got TwitchCon coming up. We just did a huge contest for TwitchCon called Sail to TwitchCon, where we've got 10 different streamers that are going to be. They're not actually sailing out here. We're going to, I think, fly them. But we're going to have 10 different streamers come out for TwitchCon. So we're going to have some events around that. When we launch the game, we're going to have like launch events and stuff like that. It's all like super exciting stuff, but for me, then it's like, oh, as community manager, like I can't drink at any of these events. Like I have to be completely like sober and on my game for everything we're doing. But yeah, I mean, if you live in the Bay Area, you know, stuff I can't really talk about just yet. But if you live in the Bay Area, we're gonna have some really fun and exciting events coming up in the next couple of months here.
So, segue into my next topic. Where can they find you and Warships on the internet to follow you?
on the internet.
I can't concentrate with this in my face.
You can find me right here, right there at Also Robots. It used to be at Necronomicon, but he is dead. He don't live here no more. Clearly, no one lives here. But yeah, since my new name is at Also Robots, you can find me at Also Robots on Instagram, at Also Robots on Twitter. Come harass me at any point in time. You can follow World of Warships at World of Warships. You can just search World of Warships and download the game tonight. You can hop on and play with me. I am Also Robots on the game as well. I will give you all sorts of cool tips and tricks about how to put lipstick on your face.
You do such a good job. Amanda, where can we find you on the internet?
So you can find me at Wake Up Paramore pretty much anywhere. And then you can also find myself and Mr. Ben Riddick. On Thursday nights, we actually do a podcast called Nightly Novels, where we read graphic novels a collection of stuff we put together that we figured that people should read, especially if they don't know anything about comics. It's a good place to start. Because I've been packing, normally we're doing weekly episodes, but because I've been packing, I kind of screwed that up a little bit. But there is going to be an episode Thursday, and we are reading X-Men Days of Future Past for it. So.
How many episodes in are you guys?
This will be the second one.
Nice. What was the first episode?
Actually, I still have it. It was, oh my god, why did I forget what it was? Where is it? Hang on. I'm Forever Evil. I'm blanking right now. It was Forever Evil.
Love that one.
Awesome.
Nikki?
You can find me at HarleyQuinn103 on Twitter, Instagram, PlayStation Network. You can follow us at Lipstick Nerds on Twitter. You can email us questions to lipsticknerdsmlg@gmail.com. And before we go, if you're lucky enough to be watching the show right now, or if I can get it out before Friday, because you know me and getting podcasts out, I'm horrible at it. We're having a giveaway. We reached 300 Twitter followers, and we're very excited. We have a beta code for Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, that's a long name. I always get it wrong. So if you want to be entered into that giveaway, all you have to do is tweet at Lipstick Nerds and be a follower. It ends Friday at midnight. I'll be picking a winner and announcing them on Saturday sometime, hopefully before or around noonish, maybe before 4 o'clock. Who knows? I work that day. We'll see. You know us and timelines. We're not very good at that. You can find all of us on YouTube. Don't forget to go watch, subscribe to us on iTunes.
And Lipstick Love.
Lipstick Love. And you can find Sean and the bot and
talking about
and
it.
Deb
No,
Sue.
no, you didn't get the. No, okay.
No.
And of course, my
podcast.
giveaway that I talked about on Twitter, where I give away the first 3 digits of my social security number. So
good Lord.
watching very carefully, 617.
Amanda, tell them about Lipstick Love.
Okay. So eventually, Nikki and I are going to be doing a little bit of a relationship advice, because a lot of people actually, for whatever reason, ask us about relationships and ask us on advice regarding that stuff. So once we start getting those questions, which you can email still to lipsticknerdsmlg@gmail.com, and we will make sure that your name is private. Like, we won't read it out in the podcast. But once we get quite a few questions, we're going to tackle those. What were we deciding on for a schedule?
The way questions are filling in right now, once a month or so.
Okay, so starting with once a month. And it's probably be like, maybe 10-minute episodes. So
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, as long as we
have
questions.
like just a question, like a teaser question. Like, say I'm going out on a date. Would you recommend covering my face in lipstick?
no.
No.
No? No, okay. Like, what about just like what if I throw just a little eyeliner on, just like a little bit?
I would put a touch of eyeliner
Okay.
just to define things.
All right, I'm gonna write that down.
All right, this has been episode 32 of the Lipstick Nerds podcast. Thanks for hanging in there that long. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Sean Allen,
guys.
for joining us.
Bye. Thanks for having me. You guys are the best.